Hi, in today's video, we are going to discuss about what are the different dimensions are there in enterprise agility. As we all know, when there is an enterprise level transformation of teams followed by the business units as well as the organizations, it is always important for us to know about the dimension of enterprise agility, because enterprise transformation towards reaching the enterprise and as well as business agility is one of the key element in scaled agile. So in reference to that, we need to know about what are the different dimensions we need to understand from the enterprise agility point of view. Whereon there are 5 different dimensions which are there under enterprise agility are as follows. The first one is called organization model. The first one is called organization model. Whereas the second one is called planning and performance management. Planning and performance management. The third thing is called technology enablers. Whereas the fourth one is called talent model, followed by ways of working. So these are the different dimensions which are there under enterprise agility. Now, when we are trying to focus more on the first one, which is called organization model. Organization model majorly focusing on 3 different areas. So the first one is about the product model and design. The first one is called product model and design. This is the first one under organization model. Because whatever the product models we have, followed by the kind of designs which are essentially important for us, this is all something comes under organization model, because this is the first dimension, right? In reference to the organization model, the first one is called product model and design. This is the first one. Second, we must be knowing about the agile roles and responsibilities. Whatever the roles and responsibilities in reference to the agile itself is concerned, this is comes under this category. Whatever the roles and responsibilities, like either it can be in scrum master roles, scrum team, right? So product owner, all that. At the same time, in the enterprise level transformation, we call it as release train engineer, right? So RT, we call it as agile release train engineer, right? So this is all something which we must be knowing. At the same time, we must be knowing about the typical team composition and resource levels. This is also one of the key and prominent element we have to be focused more on. Whatever the typical team composition and resource levels, all these are comes under organization model, which is the first one. Now, second one, as I mentioned you, planning and performance management. When we are talking about planning and performance management, we have to be focused more on the enterprise funding first, because when there is an enterprise transformation we do, it is always important for us to know about the enterprise funding, right? So whatever the enterprise funding do we have and all, right? So enterprise funding is one of the key and prominent element which we have to be known with, because transformation of enterprise level transformation requires some funds to be uh, used for the transformation purpose, all that. Next one about value measurement. So value measurement is also one of the key element where whatever the OKRs are at the same time, whatever the OKRs followed by key performance indicators, right? So KPIs, right? So all these things are comes under the second one, which is under planning and performance management. Followed by this, the next is lean portfolio management. Lean portfolio management is also one of the key and prominent element comes under this category. So under planning and performance management, we must be knowing about enterprise funding. This is one thing. Second, value measurement like OKRs, key performance indicators, all that. At the same time, lean portfolio management, etc. So the next one is about technology enablers. This technology enablers majorly understand about the kind of technologies which is something relating to uh, DevOps or something, like whatever the kind of practices are we going to use, whatever the DevOps practices, right? So because DevOps environment is what the incorporation is what we are doing now. So whenever we are integrating this technology enablers, especially in the enterprise level to reach the enterprise agility, all that. So we must have an understanding over the environment which we are going to adopt, like DevOps environment, etc. At the same time, data operations practices, all that. Followed by this, we must be knowing about the automation part. Apart from automation, we must have a clear understanding over enterprise solution and data architecture also, right? Because developing an architecture and understanding the key architecture of an enterprise level, or else it can be of solution level followed by the data level, right? That sort of understanding is also one of the key elements. So the next one is called talent model. Next dimension is called talent model, we call it as. In this talent model, we need to know about the capacity building, because capacity building for the team level, right? Team level capacity building and all, everything is required. So for that, it is always important for us to have an idea over the coaching part, right? So this is where generally we call it as online coaching. Ongoing coaching has to be given to increase the capacities and all everything of the team. So that is also one of the key and prominent element which is under talent model. Along with this, we must understand and attract the retaining talent, especially on agile environment. So this is also one of the key and prominent part which we have to be focused more on. Last but not least, this is relating to performance management, especially in the field of agile. So these are the few things which are comes under the talent model. Now, when we are talking about the next one, which is called ways of working. So when we are talking about ways of working, all that, So ways of working is also one of the prominent model. In reference to the ways of working, one should understand about the mindset of agile. This is where generally agile mindsets come into picture. Mindset of agile is required. At the same time, the kind of behavior of the team, because team behavior as well as the kind of practices, what is that we are going to use, everything comes under this category here. So agile mindsets, team behaviors, practices, all these things has to be taken into consideration. At the same time, we must be knowing about the hierarchy process, whatever the hierarchy of the work, what we have. At the same time, we must be knowing about the work decomposition, right? So this is also one of the prominent element. At the same time, we have to inculcate a habit of coordinating the set of agile events which are essentially required in this. So these are the different dimensions, especially in enterprise agility, is what we need to know. So one is about organizational model, as I told you. The second is called planning and performance management. Third point, technology enablers. Fourth one is called talent model. Fifth one is called ways of working. So these are the 5 levels, which being a people who are moving towards enterprise agility, especially from the context of agile transformation and all, everyone should understand. This is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries in regard to that, followed by any training as well as coaching needs relating to agile transformation, scaled agile, enterprise agility, all that, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.